Hello, we are the staff and the leadership of New Life Community Church.
We are coming to you today to say that we are committed to fighting injustice and systemic racism. And while the church has not always been ahead of the game, we are committed to being the change in our community.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer once said that silence in the face of evil is itself evil. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act.
We will not stand in silence, and we acknowledge that racism is in fact evil, and we will not be complicit in perpetuating or supporting this in any way.
Galatians 6:2 says this, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." We believe that all people are created in God's image, and we are to carry the burden for those who are hurting and treated unfairly.
We are here to stand in solidarity with our Black brothers and sisters and to affirm that their lives matter.
We are united at the protest of injustices and systemic racism, which people of color have to face on a daily basis.
We are appalled at the brutal murders of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and countless more. Sadly, this is nothing new, but we are here to say that enough is enough.
We know that not all police officers are bad. We appreciate their service, and we appreciate the many police officers who have stood down and joined the protests surrounding the numerous racial injustices that have taken place in our country.
We also live in a country where racism exists, and until those in power are held accountable, we must stand against any and all systems of injustice and hate.
While we stand with those who are protesting, we do not support those who would use this movement as a means for selfish gains or looting.
The great Nelson Mandela once said that no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love.
We as a staff are committed to helping kids love.
We as a church are committed to speaking out and standing alongside our Black brothers and sisters, while first and foremost listening to their experiences without any preconceived notions or responses.
We are committed to educating ourselves and those around us on the history and depth of racism in our country.
We are committed to having tough conversations with family and being the voices to speak up.
It's our desire to reach out to and work with our city council and get involved with police having racial sensitivity training.
We commit to fostering safe spaces within our church to talk about issues like race, injustice, and privilege. And we just want to make sure that all voices are seen and that they're heard.
We will do all this because we are committed to fighting injustices of all kinds, wherever it may be. And we will remain vigilant in speaking up against racial injustice as long as it continues to exist in our country and our society.
We will do all this because we believe we are one church, and that if one of us is hurting, then all of us are called to hurt together. So we stand with those who have been victims of racial injustice.